today. From Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. Again, everyone, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And some space here. But he is out of bounds inside the 35. 34 yards there and a first down.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First possession coming for the Raiders, and at quarterback, their longtime starter in his 7th season, Derek Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 16 carries, 72 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And his throw here is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked them down for a win in the defense's column.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. A Raider first down, Carter Renfro.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Carr, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. And he's going to be swamped. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Ed Oliver that time the one to get in there and bring him down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Connection to Cole Beasley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing on first down is Allen. Flush to his right. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka, the kickoff for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Jalen Richard now on the return.
Jalen Richard on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Taken down back.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And his throw is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, he stays up. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. Stephon Diggs, and he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Bills will extend their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And it is now 21-0. Now he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Here comes Richard on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession, and he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Allen's throw is complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And again, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Damian Williams has a touchdown. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The final score, 19-7. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Drew Lock, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. A dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10. At their own 30.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On play action, now Carr. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
25 yards.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, Allen. He'll run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here comes Richard on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 7. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Micah Hyde on the coverage.
From the gun, Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. 72 yards on the punt return. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Here comes Richard on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The 27-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Ed Oliver picks up his second sack of the afternoon. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile. Operating from the gun. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. A.J. Klein in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Tyrell Williams.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Carr, and it is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Singletary again. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here comes Richard on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. at their own.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down is called toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw again, Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. It means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Allen. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Touchdown.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here comes Richard on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raiders heading out to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st down, Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss this right side to Singletary. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Nick Kwiatkowski there on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go right back to Singletary. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Bills' 1st down.
Singletary on the toss play. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly, as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run.
Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here comes Richard on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Carr able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. One final try now for Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.